Hi there, welcome back to Mom Talk for another video. I am batch cooking again today to help go through the week, which is absolutely so helpful for me. Simple, quick and easy meals. So thank you for joining me. If you're new here, please subscribe and let's get started in that video. We're starting off with making sourdough loaves. This is the latest thing we're doing. I homeschool home, so my oldest daughter, who's 15, is doing a home economics class, and sourdough bread making is what we're studying. So of course we're making sourdough bread loaves at home every other day, and so we are going ahead. I think we made only 2 loaves this time because I like them also fresh. So here she is helping kneading it. Is just loving working with the dough. And I am experimenting. We started with all-purpose flour. The next loaf I think we did whole wheat. So going to experiment with different kind of flours. Let me know if you make sourdough bread, what kind of flour is your preference, what you prefer. But either way, we've enjoyed them. They all really taste good, and I do want to get to where I even have my own grind, where I can just buy just the kernels, the wheat kernel, and then just be able to grind and make my own flour fresh one day. So this is the current class, and absolutely it's paying off deliciously. So I do go through at least a loaf myself a week, as that's been one of my breakfasts. Doesn't this look beautiful? Turns out so well. Here I'm just going to show you how she's doing the designs. This is the second loaf that we're working on, and it's just I love it looking beautiful and the crunchy outside and how soft it is, but how good it is for you. I could eat sourdough bread over any other bread any day of the time. Now the key is to keep from overeating. Oh Lord, help me. But these are so good. Eventually we hope to move on to learn how to do different kind of bakings with the discard of the sourdough. So let me know, please, if you have your favorite discard recipes, sourdough starter discard recipes. Let me know in the comments. I would love to try some of those. So we've stocked these beans, pinto beans, overnight, because I cook my beans from scratch. I soak them in overnight to help cook faster. So here we're rinsing them off. I rinse them about at least minimum 3 times. I couldn't find my strainer, so I am using my hands. So I rinse them over 3 times at least to just get all that really clean, and then it boiled. I boiled it up on the stove, and it takes about an hour and a half. I do cook a lot to boil, so that's already been done. Sorry, I forgot some of this. We forgot to record. And then going ahead and sauteing the onions and some ground meat that I also didn't show you how we done. Some ground meat that I cooked ahead of time and put in the fridge. I had a lot of tomatoes, like box of tomatoes. So instead of using my canned tomato sauces, I actually went ahead blended these tomatoes. We blended these tomatoes in the Vitamix to make their own tomato sauce. And I'm going ahead making a big pot of chili. So I added the pinto, I added your chili spices, and this actually was so good. My little boys were like, oh, that chili was so good. Everybody was raving about it. Like, it's my household, we like chili, but it turned out so really good. And so that was quite a few nights of dinners. I could serve it differently. Oh, here, sorry, I am already cleaning my chicken thighs because I'm cooking. I'm gonna make another meal for the week. I'm just gonna cook it with rice and cabbage. I have a lot of cabbage, but I like having just cut chicken ready in the fridge. So these ones I'm cutting that I'm showing you is gonna go with the rice meal. Going ahead and adding some of the coconut oil. I do cook with coconut oil. I tend to have that a lot in my home because it's also the same kind of oil we use for our skin to hydrate, to moisturize our skin. So I always have tubs of coconut oil. So adding my chicken thighs chopped small. I actually later on, even after they cooked, cut them even smaller just because bigger children and smaller children. Adding my seasoning, paprika, garlic powder. I did a little bit of oregano. I did say garlic powder, salt and pepper. I'm just gonna let this cook really well, and while I prepare the other pan too. So double cooking, batch cooking, so it lasts quite a bit of time. Just gonna mix that. So back to the chili. Throughout the week I served the chili with one night was just with chili alone with toast, and at a time over rice, and then there's the times we had with sweet potatoes. I just cook a big batch, but I change how you serve it. But although my family would love to eat it at any time the way it was, but that serves quite a few nights of
of dinners. So now I'm putting out, I had what, 4 heads of cabbage in the fridge that I didn't want to waste. So I'm going ahead and chopping it, and honestly, cabbage is one of those easy meal things to cook that goes with a lot of things, and I could have cabbage anytime. So I am going ahead and chopping this small while remembering my meat so it doesn't burn. I have to cut very close by so that I don't forget and everything burns. But I chopped up all the cabbage, and the goal is I'm just gonna add that cabbage to saute that cabbage and add the meat to it, and so that's gonna top over the rice that I'm gonna be cooking and serving my children. The cabbage is ready. Look how big my bowl is full. 4 heads of cabbage looks so huge before you cook it, but it all shrinks down, and so don't be fooled. By the end it just looks very little compared to the big bowl of that I had. So I'm just gonna saute this again in a little bit of coconut oil, and then once it's well cooked, I'm gonna add some of that chicken. I told you I did go ahead and cut that chicken smaller pieces, and actually, to be honest with you, at the end of the meal I noticed it wasn't enough meat, so I pulled out some more meat that I cooked to add to the meal for the rest of the week. So I like to have enough protein so everybody's nice and full. So I'm going ahead and cooking a lot of rice to go with it. I decided to go on curry rice. I like the color and I like the taste, so we're just gonna add some curry powder to this, and then it was okay, do I mix the rice? Because I could mix the rice in with the chicken and cabbage, which will also still be wonderful. But before I could mix, I realized, you know what, let's just today do it differently. Just be able to heat up the rice and pour the vegetables over it with the meat. So that's what I did. I'm just gonna put a lid on this rice while it cooks and let it sit. Now it's ready. And there on the side, you can see my cabbage and my chicken that is also ready. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, actually, no, that's just a cabbage. I haven't added chicken. I'm about to add chicken. There you go. I've cut them smaller so you can see that they're smaller pieces right now. And I did cook extra meat aside because that was not enough meat for us for the week. And I like to have extra cooked meat on the side for me to just grab for salads, or just because I eat a THM lifestyle, having protein centered in a meal. Here's where I told you I almost added the rice, but I decided I'm just gonna leave it that way. We'll just be serving this over the rice instead of mixing together, which will be nothing wrong with it. It'll be like a stir fry if I did that, which also will still be good, but I decided not to do that, so that way I can add more meat if I want later. So yeah, this was a delicious, I'll get at least 2 to 3 meals.
Thank you so much for joining me watching this video. If you found it helpful or you liked it, give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Let me know what's your favorite part of this video that you enjoyed, or what meals you're making this week. Until next time, bye bye.